to it all week. The Trojans will kick it away to start. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here's the handoff. And some room to work. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Nimrod. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Makes the catch, it's Hill. There he goes! He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it. Oh, better look out. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Quickly complete. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to run for it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, 1st down and more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Razorbacks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Power football with the run. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Razorbacks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to surge it in. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Slams it ahead. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on 3rd down? They'll try to blast their way in. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
All right, decision time early. I'm just going field goal here. Put some points on the board and pay off this nice opening drive.
And I get that, but I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going for the touchdown. Even if I get stopped, they got to go almost the whole length of the field. I'm starting the game aggressive.
4th and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
On the run, it's Tatum. Runs into a wall. They'll give it 1 out to the 8.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing that one.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Tatum. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And on 3rd down, they find a way to get the ball to the back end space and move the chain.
And that's a play the defender would like to have back. They like to think that they can cover running backs on these types of angle routes, but they're just not good enough on the coverage, and that allowed the offense to convert that 3rd down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Quarterback extends the play. Keeps it and gets the 1st down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get 1st downs.
And the Trojans are on the move. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Inside the 45. Flying out to the left. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. running back gets to give. Jukes his way for more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Razorbacks want to move quickly. Even dating to the days when they ran the option, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
And it makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking about the Hogs, his Hogs. And this team is always built on that physicality, built on that toughness.
A defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Leads it with the back. Turning it on! He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Caught near the sticks. It's Odom.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
To the air. It's Lagway. They'll run the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Pressure coming, and the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this defense doing a really good job with situational football. Both drives. Last drive gave up some yards, 0 points. This drive forcing a 3rd and long. You bring on the pass rushers. You get after them in a predictable situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Right on the money. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Oh, they're after him. Wide out trying to get it in. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Back's looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown Razorbacks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the point after is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Georgia Tech. never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
Across the 45. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Working that wide receiver screen. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll try the run. Look out, he's got room. Rumbles up to the 27 before going out of bounds, and the running game gets it done there. The Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. They'll ride the hot hand. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Stands in and takes the hit. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because
pulls it in down the middle. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's first down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Behind Moving the chains now on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Flagway. This time it's complete. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. Breaks into the open. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again. Under fire. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansan.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he's going to bring this one out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the Heat. Lost, the defense is wide open. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
That is a total bust by the defense. You can't go out there with 6 DBs and allow a wide receiver to be that wide open, make the catch, and then even make a nice run after it. Somebody made a big mistake in the back end.
Leaves it with the running back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Tatum. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Creates a little room. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. It's complete to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding you just got to jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
Finally, our defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points, but the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw, it's Flagway. Throws to the tight end. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to...
Oh, he's got some space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. They're going back to the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quarterback keeper. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air on first down. Dances away to buy time. With the catch, it's Anthony. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Going to sling it on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Nimrod. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Well, their defense did a great job deep in their own end, right? Getting the turnover on downs. And now the offense is starting to pay that off. On the third play of this drive, third down, they're able to run it, pick up the first, they stay on the field, and they're going to try and churn this thing out.
To the ground with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Razorbacks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Glagway. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Slings it downfield. Connection to the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Breaks the tackle. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Nimrod. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Glagway. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Hill. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Going for it all. Wide open. He makes the catch. Off and running. Touchdown USC. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who was going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route. It gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. One final play before the end of the quarter. They go to the ground. Find some fresh air. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Quarterback moving. Slithers into space. There he goes. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Takes the handoff. It's Nimrod. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
He might want another play. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws for the tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. It's a draw. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Well, there wasn't a lot of mystery on that one, guys. Just simple QB sneak to keep this drive going. They've done a good job so far the entire drive, keeping the chains moving. Nice execution on the sneak. Good push up front. Quarterback picked the right side to tuck and run to, and let's see what they do to finish off this drive.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
To the air, it's Lagway. Fires to the big fella. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
The Razorbacks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Odom. Touchdown, Arkansan! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
One of the things I love about this defense, guys, they bring pressure from all over the yard, and that's now the 2nd sack for this corner.
The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Finds his man. It's Tatum. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge 3rd down. That's caught. It's Tatum. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt.
Got his man.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
And I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in 4th down territory. It's 4th and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in 4th and short.
And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole. Pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that 1st down. Nice job.
He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Finds the tight end. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
He'll throw on third down. Keeps looking downfield. Grab near the marker. It's Tatum. Across the 25. He's got room. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Man, we have seen it in this game. Even though his team is losing, this guy, time and time again, has been answering the bell. He's been throwing dimes all game long, and he comes up with another big completion there.
And defensively, I'm going to continue to think pass. They've trusted him all game long. He hasn't let them down. I'm playing for the pass. I'll react to everything else. Really nice timing. Nice job by the quarterback. He drops back to pass, but how about saving your best for when it matters most late in the ballgame? Biggest run of the day in a big moment.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Going for the goal line. Touchdown Trojans. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for two? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air, it's Lagway. The short hands, it's Brown. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying play action. Buys a little time with his feet. Unleashes one. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to make.
And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And with that turnover, time has expired here in the fourth quarter, but there is more football ahead. Overtime is coming. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational-type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Staring at a 3rd and long here in this first overtime possession. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Pulls it in. It's over. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. He's looking to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Touchdown Razorbacks! They strike first in overtime. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Using his legs, it's Tatum. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Off play action on 1st down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Give to the running back. Touchdown, Southern Cal! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
First off, was really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
You know, David, coaches are always preaching mental toughness, and at this juncture of the game, you need one play to get it done, and the offense delivers.
Man, all this time, all the energy, all the effort to get to that one singular play. Offense versus defense for a 2-point conversion, and the offense comes through with the win.